reproduce, you know, I know about that, but where did that first cell come from? Did someone drop a sandwich or something? We don't know. Maybe this is one big joke. Maybe there's another, an opposite type of universe or realm that kind of feeds each other. That every reaction or every action we have here has an equal and or opposite reaction there. It's unexplainable. I mean, I guess you can call me more of a spiritualist rather than a scientific person. But everything that I believe in. If I'm going to believe anything, it has to be backed by science. But it's just things you just have to think about. And then going back to the mind and the body, if there is no soul, okay, I can believe that because, I feel as an individual, as a person, as a human, that this body is mine, and everything is being controlled up here. I don't have any type of soul, but what makes me me? What makes me sitting here right now, able to just be me? I mean, of course, with my brain, of course, and how I was growing up, but let's take a baby for instance, a child, an infant. They are an empty vessel, and then they're filled with experiences that defines their personality. I can believe that. But where do they come from? They were reproduced from their mother and father, and their genes passed on. But where do they come from? From their parents. The one thing I always have to think about is always there. How if we reproduce our genes, if we reproduce our entire minds, how do we comprehend passing on? How do we comprehend just not be? We just can't fathom that. But that's why science cannot prove it, because science is based on physical chemical reactions, and of course deals with energy and stuff like that, but what about a different kind of presence, in a sense? It's really hard to even soak any of this in, because we're not used to thinking about things like this. If I'm a person, that means I'm someone. When I was a baby, all babies, even though they seem like they act the same, they all cry and everything, but what makes them cry? Is it because the genes that their parents passed on to them? Possibly? That's possible. It's a plausible thing. But I've seen things, parents, there's most gentle parents having kids that, end up turning out to be convicts. As soon as they, not even 18 yet, kill someone. But their parents are, like business people, all these things. They don't ever beat their children or anything. So how they turn out that way? Because their brain created them, but what hit that information there? What hit that actual information? What made everything in here tick? It's the person. And that's why I can believe that there is some kind of higher power, higher security, or, some kind of form of resurrection, such as, like, whenever another baby is being created, that somehow we move from one open box to another. None of this can be proven. People have out-of-body experiences and, near-death experiences where they saw the gates of heaven and all that stupid stuff. I mean, maybe there is heaven, maybe there is hell. When we have this thought process going on, we created ourselves. We created all of these images, these passions, just everything. But whenever you think about it, whenever you think about your brain being everything that taught you everything, that's holding all the information for you, you put it in there. And it's just one of those things that you just can't fathom. You put that information in there. So therefore, you're an individual. You made your brain tick. And your brain can't make your brain tick. Yeah, to a certain extent it can. But what makes that one tick? What makes that part? What makes that part? I need someone to answer me. If it's, one side of the brain feeds to another, kind of like a cycle, like so, that keeps all the information flowing, then I can accept that. I want to be proven wrong, I want to be proving things that are law. Theory is kind of hard to really, to believe in. It's just one of those things. If they prove it, then that's like, what the hell, goddamn, that's pretty awesome, but that's bullshit. But anyways, there's also a few more things I'd like to talk about. Cryonautics, I believe it's called. And I was reading cryonics, and what I found out, which is actually pretty interesting, which is something I actually believe in, being a computer person, something that I can really see happening, is preserving the mind. Cryonics, technically just keeping the brain, brain replenished with protein, oxygen, and every essentials that it needs that we can provide the brain, so we keep living. As far as if it's going to be, if your actual person is going to be in a subconscious state or a conscious state, is something that I wouldn't be able to answer, but something that would be a huge reality, which I would be a big fan of. I actually might even change my major to even try to figure this out, neurology and robotics, and of course computer stuff, is mind uploading. It's something that I even thought of. I never even thought someone else might have even thought about it, but of course some people probably thought of it before I have. But mind uploading technically is fitting your mind or your conscious into a artificial intelligent environment. Take for instance virtual reality. In the future we most definitely will have something that we can just put a helmet on, like a little suit on, for humanoid robotics. Then we move our fingers, and the figures that we see move just the same exactly we do, or might even be differently. Maybe we can develop some kind of machine or computer to read our intake and outtake of the nerves. Say like I move my finger, we have something that can read that, and we can encode that and put it into the computer, and whenever the computer programming, because I've done programming before, I know how it works. I just have that one little thing. It hits a function, it triggers a function, and then it creates that movement. And that would take a lot of programming, trust me, but it can be done.